All right, so we are going to talk about 1.2 application problems. This is actually pretty important in the sense that all math is like, everybody always tells you you're going to use math your whole life. And you're like, I'm never going to use math. I'm never going to use it. But application problems is actually where you use it. Now, you'll use it, okay, and I know Annie probably uses it when you go shopping. You look for discounts, percents off, percent discount, things like that, okay? When you go to the grocery market, you always look for like a better buy. Should I buy the big box of Lucky Charms or the smaller box? Okay, and here we're talking about like kind of exercising and whatnot because, you know, believe it or not, exercise is important. So use the table to find the number of miles X you need to bike on Friday so that the mean number of miles biked per day is 5. Now, there's a couple of things in this problem. There's a couple different ways to do it. One, what does mean mean? Mean.
That's the middle.
No, but you're in the right ballpark.
Mean.
You're in the right ballpark because there was mean, median, and mode. And the middle number is median.
Is it mean?
Mean is when you unlock and
Isn't it mean like all the numbers divided by like how many?
Yeah, and that's what you just said, right? Right, Lloyd?
Yeah.
So the mean is a fancy way of saying average. And Maddie's thinking back there, why don't we just call it average? And I do. Why do we have to have a second name for something? But whenever you see the mean, I think of it's mean for me to make you find the mean because it's the average. Like you have to add them all up and then divide by how many numbers you have. So first thing I want you to do is let's add up all these numbers. So everybody write 3.5 plus 5.5 plus 0 plus 5 plus x. Now, we're going to add all of those up, and then we have to divide by how many we have, right? How many days are there?
Oh,
5. So I'm going to divide this by 5. And it says I want the mean to be equal to 5. Now, what's 3.5 plus 5.5? Try and do it without a calculator. You can do that without a calculator. 9 plus 0 plus 5. So this becomes 14 plus x over 5 equals 5. Annie, do you know how to start solving that problem? It's okay if you don't. No? Nope, not yet. Not yet. Anybody else? Any takers at home? What about what? Cody? Cody, do you know? I guess that's a no. All right. Well, the first thing you have to do is undo the divide by 5. This was one of those tricky ones. Okay? So we need to undo the divide by 5. So, anybody know what 5 times 5 is? Very good. So we have 25 equals 14 plus x. Now, Maddie, do you know how to get rid of a plus 14? So let's think, what's the opposite of add? Subtract. So the way we get rid of plus 14 is we subtract 14. So let's subtract 14, like Maddie said, because Maddie knows best. So we have x equals 11. It's a lot of miles to bike. What's up, Louis? Nothing? All right.
I'm taking that day off.
Yeah, you shouldn't have. Are we good? Good, Tyler? You doing a TikTok dance? Oof. All right. Now, Tyler, I know you don't know much about, nozzle pressure and stuff like that, but can you think of somebody who might need to understand nozzle pressure? Like, what type of person would need to know about nozzle pressure? Louis, kind of. Do you know? Do we want to pass it to Andy? Plumber, very good. My friend is a plumber, and he needs to know all about like the pressure, like of a nozzle, like coming out of a spigot, or like the pressure in a pipe, things like that. Anybody else that might need to know it? Firefighter, right? Firefighters need to know because the greater the pressure, the further the water is going to shoot. And the plumbers need to know because the greater the pressure, all right, maybe the thicker the pipe you need, all right, or maybe you need a certain type of valve to contain that pressure. So here the formula D equals 1/2 N plus 26 relates the nozzle pressure in pounds per square inch, that's PSI, of a fire hose and the maximum horizontal distance the water reaches D. Now, how much pressure is needed to reach a fire 50 feet away? So let's substitute in what we know. 50 feet away is distance. So that's going to go in for D. So 50 equals 1/2 N plus 26. Now, Kim, how would we get rid of the plus 26? Do you know? Do you want me to pass it to Maddie? All right, Maddie, what do you got? Yeah, we subtract 26. Not yet. And Ellie. Ellie.
Yes.
Ellie.
Yes.
50 minus 26 is what?
24.
24. And now, Tyler, you said something. You said, I thought we got rid of the 1/2, right? Wasn't that you? Yeah. How do we get rid of that 1/2? We could divide. Is there a better answer? It starts with an R, ends in reciprocal. Reciprocal. So we can multiply.
Let me sound smart.
No. So we can multiply by the reciprocal. Notice they all cancel out, and we're left with N equals 48. You good, Mr. Birthday Boy? All right. Now, Chucky, I've been saving this problem for you. Your school's drama club charges $4 per person for admission to apply. The club borrowed $400 to pay for costumes and props. After paying back the loan, the club has a profit of $100. How many people attended the play? Can you think of an equation that we could use? Yes, you can. I know you can. Think about it, Louis. Think about it. I'm sure you guys do. Let's think. Let's think if Chucky can get the equation. Now, Chucky, Do you know how to figure out the profit, revenue, and expenses? Do you know how they're related? Profit equals your revenue minus your expenses, right? So what is my income coming from here? The people. How much does it cost per person? $4. Well, all right, we're gonna try this.
I'm not seeing this. I don't even do it.
All right, so Chucky said we make $4 per person, right? Now, what was my expenses? 400. So we subtract that. And how much money did I make? $100. Now, who said they had the answer? Annie?
I think.
All right, we're okay. Tell me what you got. Okay, 200. Anybody else get something else? All right, tell me what you did.
I did, well, they paid off the $400 that they took from school. And then they had $100 profit, so that's 500.
Okay, very good. Let me write that down. Sandy said, if we add 400, which means they pay that off, and then they made $100 on top of that, that means they must have made actually $500.
And then 500 divided by 4 is 200. I think. I don't know.
Ooh. Now,
No, that's
Annie,
not right.
I love all of the work you said, but I noticed you don't have a calculator, do you?
It's in my bag.
Oh, it's in your bag. Do you have a cell phone?
Yeah,
Is that out?
It's huge.
I use it.
Yeah, of course you can.
125.
Let her do it.
Yeah, let her do it.
Wait, I got it. Yeah, 125.
125. So, Louis, what did you have for lunch?
Goldfish.
You need to have something without sugar. No pixie sticks for you.
Drink water. I know water.
No coffee, no monsters.
Don't drink coffee. I don't drink coffee.
Good, your brother does.
I know. He came home with a gallon one time.
All right, let's turn the page. Let's go to the next page. Now, this one's very near and dear to Julie's heart. Julie, you have 96 feet of fencing to include a rectangular pen for your dog. To provide sufficient running space for your dog to exercise, the pen should be 3 times as long as it is wide. Find the dimensions of the pen. Now, Julie.
Hello.
Julie, what shape is my dog pen?
I don't know. Oh, rectangle.
Rectangle. Everybody draw a rectangle. It doesn't have to be good. All right. Now, it says in here that the space for the dog to exercise, the pen should be 3 times as long as it is wide. So if this is the width, this is going to be 3 times the width. So that's the width, and that's 3 times the width. Now, John, how many feet of fencing do I have? What is that going to represent, John? Perimeter, very good. John said the perimeter because that's the distance around. Now, the distance around a rectangle, well, that's pretty easy because we just add up all the sides. So we're going to start here and write W plus 3W plus W plus 3W. I'll give you a second to write that down. Do you know the next step? Do you know how many W's? Can you write it on your paper? Do you know how many W's? Add them all up. Come on, tell me how many you got. What's 1W plus 3W's plus 1W plus 3W's? Would be 8 W's. All right, 1W plus 3W's plus 1W plus 3W's is 8. 8 W's. So you have 96 equals 8W. And then Louis
Divide by 8.
divided by 8, got W equals
12.
12. But here's the thing. It says find the dimensions, Louis. Do you find the other one? You found the width. What's the length?
6.
What's 3 times 12? 36 feet. Oof, oof, boy. All right. Now, Kim, I'm going to ask you a question. All you have to do is shake your head yes or no. Can you do that for me? Kim, have you ever gone out to eat? You have. Good. And that thing at the end is called tip, correct? When you pay for your meal, you have to pay for tip, right? Now, when you pay for tip, that's like money on top of, right? And Maddie, you've been out to eat a bunch of times. I can tell. I just have this like gift. I can tell. Chucky's probably going out to eat tonight for his birthday. Are you going anywhere special? What?
We had a party.
You had a party and you didn't invite me? I thought we were friends. Guess not. Like one of 2 people in the school that can pronounce your name. Changi Wing. This is Simone Seal.
Neither of us are invited.
Unreal. I'm gonna cry. After this class, I'm gonna cry. Close the door and cry. No, but Maddie, do you know the easy way to do tip? There is 15%, but Maddie, do you know the easy way to do it? So some people say you leave $1 for every $5 your bill is. So if it's like, so if your bill's like $33, Louis, you would round it up to 35, and you do 35 divided by 5, and you would get 7. So you leave like $7. All right, that's the easy way of doing it. All right, now Mr. Harmon, way more kind of like into the math and whatnot. So you have tip and you have tax and all this crazy stuff. So here we go. You order 2 tacos and a salad. The salad costs $2.50, and you pay 8% sales tax. Now, sales tax is kind of like tip. It's like on top of it. When you buy clothes, you don't pay for sales tax. Buy a TV, it's not necessary. You don't need a TV to live. You need clothes to live. You don't need a TV. Okay? So, you have to pay this thing called tax. In the state of Pennsylvania, it's 6%. So this is probably happening in New York or New Jersey. Now, the tip and tax is on top of it. So I like to think of it this way, Maddie. When I pay for something, you pay for 100% of it, right? And then your tax or tip is the percentage on top. So here, my tax is 8%. So it's really like I'm paying 108% of my bill. Does that make sense? Okay. So if you were leaving like a, say 15% tip, like Annie said, you're actually paying, you take your bill at the bottom and you would multiply it by 115%. And that would give you how much to leave, which is kind of nice. That's the easy way. So here, you order 2 tacos and a salad. Close enough. All right, and you pay plus tax, which was 8%. I'm just writing it out in words. So I got 2 tacos plus a salad plus 8% tax, and I left a $3 tip. And I paid a total of $13.80. Now I need to figure out how much does 1 taco cost. Now I'm going to start breaking this down, okay? You ready for it? All right, so I just told Maddie that my 2 tacos plus my salad, which was $2.50, right? And then my tax is on top of, right? So my tax is 8%, so I have to pay 100% of my bill plus 8%. So if I multiply that by 108% and then add my $3 for my tip, I better get $13.80. Tyler, how do I get rid of plus $3? Yeah. So everybody, let's subtract $3. So you have 2T for tacos plus 250 times 108% equals $10.80. Now, John, how do you get rid of times 108%? Subtract it or divide it? Divide it. Now, what is a percent? What is 108%? It's 1.08, right? So when I divide $10.80, okay, I'm actually going to divide it on my calculator by 1.08. Now, who has a phone? Can you do 1080 divided by 1.08?
1080 divided by
1.08. $10. So when I divide these two things, I get $10. So I have 2T plus 250 equals $10. How do I get rid of plus 250 there, Louis? So we get 2T equals 750. Chucky, how do you get rid of times 2? Divide. And who's out home that can answer that for us, Mrs. Simone?
Yes, no.
Joe. Joe. Joe.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can now.
All right.
What is 750 divided by 2?
750 divided by 2.
Yep.
350.
Not 350, a little bit more. 3, 7,
75.
75, 375. Better be a really good taco. The difference of 3 times a number and 4 is negative 19. Louis, since you had to pack up, mind you, I'm recording this, it's going on YouTube, so everybody's going to know you packed up early now.
I'm trying to get 2019.
No. Louis, what does difference mean?
Difference means it's like
Is it addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division?
Subtraction.
What'd you say?
subtraction.
Subtraction. Very good, Louis. You made it up to me. So it says the difference of 3 times a number. So we're going to call that number n. So 3 times the number n and 4 is negative 19. Where do we go from here, Louis?
Apple.
Add 4. Three n equals negative 15. Now what, Louis?
Then it's negative 5.
Divide by 3 and get negative 5. Nicely done. Is that it?
That's it.
That's it?
Yeah.
That's it.